Okay guys, welcome back. One more. Every day there's going to be one, so don't be surprised. Now, today we're going to have quite a long Amrap, so 20 minutes going through 3 movements. And the movements are quite short, at least the reps are quite short. So there's a lot of rotations, so if you want to really go for a high score, make sure that your station is nice and small and that you will go through all the movements unbroken, and if you have to break in between the movements instead of in the middle of them, which is just a shame. What we're going to do is 10 overhead lunges with whatever you have available. So if you only have one dumbbell, then you're going to hold the dumbbell above the head for 10 reps, and on the next round you switch to the other side. Or if you have a backpack, both hands are above the head at all times. So make do with what you have. It's going to be 10 overhead lunges, 10 hang squat cleans, and 10 hand release push-ups. Those 3 movements, all 10 reps, are going to be on rotation. So again, for the hang squat clean, if you only have one attribute, then you can do 10 on one side, next round switch to the other side. It's not really going to make that big of a difference. I think if you're quick, one round would be about 1.5 minutes, maybe getting close to 2 minutes if you're getting tired. So yeah, let's say 10 rounds should be the goal, at least. So go for 10 plus if you really want to push it. I think 15 would be fantastic. That's a different story. Now, to warm up for those, we're going to prime the shoulders first a little bit. So we're going to do some bent over Ys. If you have some small weights at home, maybe from like long ago, and you have some ankle weights or some 1 kilo dumbbells or whatever, then you can use those in this movement. So you're going to bend the knees slightly, bend over forward, and from here the thumbs are going to go up to the ceiling, above the head as far as you can. Maybe squeeze that top position for a second or 2, and then come back down again. After these, we're going into 16 Cossack squats. So feet wide, squatting to one leg. Other side. And then into the other one. So if you're squatting onto your right side, your left foot, the toes can come off the floor. But this one, your standing foot always has to be in full contact with the ground. Then you're going into some plank to push-ups. So starting on the elbows, extending the arms up out to your push-up position. One by one, that's 1 rep, coming back down, other side, etc. By the way, just look up the reps in Zen Planner, it's all written down there, so don't worry about that. Then, we're going into some prisoner lunges, which will be stepping out with the hands behind the head, and the goal here is to always keep the chest nice and big. So you're almost leaning back in the bottom of that lunge, just open up the chest with the hands above the head. If you have an attribute, so a bag or a dumbbell or whatever, we're going to start with some front squats, holding the bag or object in front of you with the elbows in front, and then squatting down with the hips below the knees every time. So maybe even holding a second or 2 in that bottom position, just to really get warm and feel that position that you're going into. You're going to make some reps in the front squat, and then going into push-up, also. Just a normal push-up, not a hand release push-up yet, that'll be later. You're just going down and up, slightly above the ground, extending the arms up overhead, and 6 bike push-ups. Sorry, buddy. Stay in the down facing dog. Again, hands slightly in front of head slightly in front of the hands, pressing the nose towards the toes when the arms are extended. Then, for the actual workout, 20-minute Amrap again, 10 overhead lunges. So grab your object, both hands above the head, or one hand in case of Paolo is going to step forward. Keep that arm straight above the shoulders, don't let it go out in front or to the side. Just keep pushing up as hard as you can, or if you have 2 hands, try to get your head through the arms and hold it there the whole time. Alternate feet every rep. Then for the hang squat cleans, if you have some handles on the back, then that's handy. If not, then you can hold on to the side. If you have a very big object, you can go on a mixed grip, but you can figure that one out. So from here, you're going to make a hang, come up, extend all the way with the shoulders to the ceiling, and then catch it in the bottom of the squat. So think about that front squat you've done earlier. Where are you going to? Your feet are starting narrow, you're catching it with a wider foot position, and that way you think you're going to repeat the whole time. Last movement, hand release push-ups. So this time, his body is completely straight. He's going to extend his legs as hard as he can. not letting the knees go down to the ground, and keep putting the hands off the ground, and then putting tension on the chest again and pressing up. If you cannot do the hand push-ups on the toes, then just do them on the knees. Yeah, try to keep your hips slightly above the ground, so it's going to be a little bit different of an angle than your normal push-ups. But the idea here is that you're going to lose the tension in the shoulders and chest, which makes it easy for you to get out of the bottom position. So if that tension is gone, you have to reload the whole upper body to press out again. That's what makes it challenging, more challenging than a normal push-up. So think about that, and if you're going to scale, how am I going to be able to still do that? If that's going to be up against the couch or on the box, there's always an option to make that work. Now, to stretch, we're going into a lunge forward. So you can do this up against your couch, or you can just grab your foot into lunge. You're going to pull your foot up to the hips as hard as you can. Doing it like this is quite difficult if you don't have balance. Makes it easier if you take a bigger step forward, or if you cannot get into it, just stand up straight, squeeze the butt, push the hips forward in this position. 90 seconds per side on the couch stretch, and then the scorpion, so laying down on the belly and putting one foot over to your opposing hand. Try to get as close as possible to the hand as you can, and then in this position again, it's going to squeeze the butt and try to push those hips forward just to intensify the stretch on the front of the body, on the abs and on the hips flexors. Yeah? 90 seconds per side as well, and then you should have had your daily dose of workout. Now, see you tomorrow, and have a good one.